The warm weather has finally arrived. It's the season for family and friends to gather together and enjoy the great outdoors. Recently, horse owner George Teague Jr. hosted a party at his farm in Harrington, Delaware. Hundreds of guests came out to his family's beautiful Standardbred training facility.
Crabs are delicious.
And it wasn't only local horsemen and women partaking in a day of fabulous food and fellowship, but also several politicians joined the festivities to admire our gorgeous four-legged athletes and appreciate this lovely farm. Our legislators are well aware of how important open spaces are and how our standardbred sport has helped create them.
I think that the open spaces that we have in our state, most especially in Kent County, which I represent, is important. It keeps this sense of family, and when people are moving in or visiting from other states, they like that feels down home and a state of neighbors, and you don't get that if you start building on top of each other. So that open space is really what makes Delaware unique.
I know you've been to the track before, so tell us about your experience with harness racing.
Oh, absolutely. So I got to Delaware in 2002 by way of the Air Force, but I spent a lot of time at the track because growing up in New York, I was at Yonkers Raceway a lot, and then here, it's a family outing. My dad always had us go. We could all go out together, make a few bets, enjoy it. It was affordable. We didn't have a lot of money because there were 6 of us, but it could turn into a family experience, and so we continue that on. My youngest missed out on a lot of that because of COVID, and I think it's time to bring it back and make sure that it's turning more and more into a family event once again.
In addition to open spaces, our legislators recognize the positive economic effect this sport has on the first state.
It's very important in Delaware because it kind of ripples through and touches so many different areas of our economy. Not only do you have the drivers and the trainers, but you have all the feed stores, you have all the farmers who are growing feed and hay, and all the people who transport hay. And so there's just, many different levels, many different layers where it affects the economy. So it's really important, and it helps preserve open space, which I think is also key. So yeah, big fan of harness racing. Big fan of the industry, and a lot of hardworking people that make it all happen.
And not only did Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall-Long come out for this social event, but she even took a spin around the track with the driver, Montrell Teague. We know that you are a Sussex County farm girl. Love that so much. So talk about your upbringing a little bit and how you relate to the farms of the standardbred industry.
I love being with the standardbred industry. You know that, Heather, and thank you for always inquiring. I grew up on a farm in Sussex with brothers, and we had the opportunity, whether with horse, cows, chickens, poultry, pigs, you name it, we had it. And my mother still has cows with my brothers, and I go home and I actually water when I can. And I really know that our community is solid thanks to the horse racing industry. Also agriculture, absolutely critical.
You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, so talk about your upbringing.
No, definitely not a silver spoon. Wonderful Sussex family. I was the first to actually get to go to college in the family, but my brothers taught me well, whether with the tractors or the combines, driving, and we didn't have a lot, so whatever was on sale. So we had all tractors, green tractors, red tractors, blue tractors, orange, and I know them all. But again, they are the fiber of our economy. Agriculture, harness racing is so important to the first state. And I'm just thrilled as a lieutenant governor to get to be with you, to give a shout out and to say thank you for the harness race industry.
And we would like to thank our Lieutenant Governor and the other legislators who joined our horsemen and women on this fantastic day. And especially to the Teague family for hosting this spectacular standardbred themed celebration.